The news is good, Cubs fans. Matt Shaw is heading to Japan. And this might seem like a really small move, and some of you might be opposed to it, and for reasons that we will talk about during this quick little reaction to the news that Patrick Mooney has just released that Matt Shaw is officially going to Japan. This may seem like a small move, but it is bigger than I believe most people are going to look into. And the reason why is that it gives affirmation that this team and Jed Hoyer are in a win now sense of urgency mode. We love that word, right? We love that phrase. When we look at this, look back to 2015 when Kris Bryant was a rookie, the number one prospect in baseball, and the Cubs told the fans we're going to wait until mid-April to bring him up, and everyone was up in arms. Well, the reason was that was 2015, and they didn't know how good the Cubs were going to be that year. They didn't know if they were going to be in contention for a playoff spot. Jed Hoyer and crew know that this is a year that the Cubs need to, potentially even have to win. And for that reason, he's looking at Matt Shaw, and he's looking at the rest of the options, Jon Berti and Gage Workman and Vidal Brujan, and he's saying, this is 15 games that we have to take advantage of, especially with a really difficult schedule. Now, why am I saying 15? Well, if you don't know, 15 games, if you are a rookie and you wait until essentially 15 games into the season, then that organization gets an entire additional year of control of you, which is huge. So we might be looking ahead in the future, add 6 years to now, that's 2031. We might be looking at 2031 and Matt Shaw is an all-star, and we're saying, we should have waited 15 games. Whatever. You win now. This is where you focus on the win now mentality. Jed is in his last year. The Cubs haven't made it to the playoffs since 2020. They haven't won over 85 games in over 6-7 years. It's a must win. Now is the time. And so that is the exciting thing. Now, for the fans out there that are saying, well, it would have made more sense for him to stay in the States. He could have gotten more reps. He could have seen more live pitching. He could have done this. He could have, what if they're pushing him too fast? Let's just put all that to rest for a second. Is that a reasonable request? Is that a reasonable opinion? Yes, I'm going to validate that. You guys have a reasonable opinion. It's 50-50. If you were to tell me that it was going and seeing major league pitching versus going and seeing minor league pitching, 4 games as exhibition games, 2 exhibition games, 2 real games in Japan versus maybe 7 or 8, call it stateside in Arizona against minor league pitching, I would say, well, it's kind of a toss-up. But the big thing is that there's 2 games that count. There are 2 major games that count against the Dodgers. And put yourself in Matt Shaw's shoes. You've been healthy. I saw him a ton during spring training. We talked. Every time I talked to him, he was just like, I'm ready to be out there. And that was going back to like even a week and a half before he even saw game action. So you're looking at an organization that was really trying to make sure that they did not rush Matt Shaw back. Matt Shaw knows his body probably better than anyone. And he was ready probably a week and a half ahead of time from when he actually started playing games. This guy's been ready. This guy's been healthy. He is good to go out there. So from a timing perspective, from a timeline perspective, Matt Shaw is good. He's healthy. For those of you that are like, don't push him, he's not being pushed. He is not being pushed. You saw yesterday, went 2 for 2. He had a great game over at third base. He's ready to go if you're looking at it from just a health perspective. From a reps perspective, the best reps that you can get are major league ready in-game action reps. Plus, I don't mean to get all like ooey gooey with this, but this is an amazing opportunity for a guy to start his career in a quote-unquote team bonding type of environment. Shota's going to be taking all the guys to all the places that he went to growing up. They're going to go and they're going to have a ton of time. They're going to have so much downtime to be able to go explore Japan, and he's going to be able to lock arms with a few teammates and go do that. This is a time that outside of baseball is really important for a guy like Matt Shaw, for really any rookie, for really any new guy on the team. It's going to be a really fun time in Japan. So 100%, I would have been furious if Matt Shaw was not going to Japan. And 100% I am stoked right now that Matt Shaw is going to Japan, but I care about what you think as well. Go ahead and comment down below. What are your thoughts? Matt Shaw going to Japan. He's going to be in the lineup. He's going to be a starter, most likely for both games. Do you like this choice, or would you rather have him stayed stateside in Arizona and got more reps at spring training? And before I let you go tonight, we will be talking about this and probably the rest of the roster decisions that were made in our Facebook group. So make sure you go check it out. We're going to be inviting you in to come and talk with us, to chat about it. Did you like the Matt Shaw thing? Maybe Ben Brown doesn't make it. Maybe he stays. Maybe you have a really strong opinion about that. I know I will. So make sure you come join us. I'm going to put a link down below for that Facebook group. It is called Cubs Talk, and the show that we will be doing is called The Dugout. So looking forward to seeing you there. And that's going to be it right now. Tomorrow we'll talk more about the rest of the moves that were made. I'm going to go put my arm on ice, Setup Nation.